This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. And he caught it up. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat.
Mick thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Adams, the man in motion left. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. On the move past the 40. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Adams, the man in motion right. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. The Packers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Packers. And Isabella from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on, and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals.
Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Boswell for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. From just shy of midfield, Carr. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to. And the tight end goes in motion left. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson, for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know After the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Rodgers now on first down. This one swung out here to Jones. Finding room at midfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right, Henry, had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Oswald's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So everything else is going right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. With a screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing. Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area. He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Isabella now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. This one caught by Isabella. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they, of course, will decline the penalty and just take the yardage on the completion.
And this defense, they've got to be beyond frustrated at this point because even when they're grabbing and holding out there, they're still completing passes. If you grab someone, they shouldn't be able to catch it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
26. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. On 1st down, Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Now swing pass for Dillon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Jones. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown! Romeo Doubs. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Play action. Now it's Carr. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 23. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave them the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Andy Isabella. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are pouring it on. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football back. It's time to run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. An inside give to Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. Past the 20. 5. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And now here is another interception. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, +3.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from the offense. It was truly